The AULA SC320 is not a mouse you buy for its performance. You also don't buy it for its longer than life battery. You buy it for its looks. The box itself screams, "I'm from AliExpress," and was obviously designed to be shipped across the globe inside a thin plastic bag. Inside, we find an accordion-style manual, both in English and Chinese. A USB A to C cable, which is quite short for a mouse. And of course, the mouse itself, which is available in 4 colors. What immediately stuck out to me as I took it out isn't just its main selling point, but how bulky it looks. This is despite its low weight of 72 grams. But now let's talk about the buttons. They are obviously different. Just like another mouse that some of you might have seen, it has these keyboard keycap style buttons. Does this mean it uses keyboard switches? Sadly not. Despite its thick base, it only uses regular mouse switches. But does this mean you can at least use some fancy keycaps to customize your mouse? No, sadly this won't work either. The caps on this mouse are quite custom. The size, the shape, how they fit, and the only way to customize ones is if AULA themselves sell some, or if you 3D print them. On that front, I feel like they've lost almost their entire potential audience, and should have thought this more through. But what does the SC320 offer otherwise, or how does it perform? The SC320 has, besides the regular 3 buttons, a forwards, a backwards, and a DPI switch button. I myself can't live without forwards and backwards buttons anymore, but these are both too hard and too awkward to press. Also, the orientation feels weird to me. Left is forwards and right is backwards. I, however, have a much easier time to click the left button on the SC320, and I use the backwards one far more often on my regular mouse. Because of that, I would much prefer the two would be switched. This brings me also to the DPI. The mouse has no software and thus is stuck with the selection between 800, 1600, 2400 and 4800 DPI. The choice of which DPI to use feels strange to me, and I would have preferred cleaner steps. I was also missing some indication on which DPI setting I'm currently using. It can't be so hard to have a LED that blinks once for setting 1, twice for 2, and so on. The mouse already has a transparent scroll wheel that picks up on the laser. Just shield it from that and use it to display the DPI. The SC320 offers a 300 mAh battery that is rechargeable with the included USB cable, and the charge port is located on the front, unlike some much more expensive mice. You can't, however, use the mouse over USB. You can charge it while using it, but that's more of a band-aid solution in my opinion. As for how long the mouse lasts, I can't say. The initial charge, it had lasted maybe a few days, but I can't tell if it was full or not to begin with. You can connect the mouse either with the included 2.4 GHz receiver or use Bluetooth. I couldn't tell you though which Bluetooth version it uses. The 2.4 GHz mode has no problem with any lag that I noticed, and I don't think you'd have any problem using it in a normal setup. I did, however, test if the signal persists over long range, and even there it didn't struggle. As for the Bluetooth mode, it works with standard use. I noticed though that with lots of movement, the mouse starts to lag behind a little. Not much, mind you, but enough to feel weird. This is of course horrible for gaming, but I don't think anyone serious uses Bluetooth for that anyways. One thing that bothered me more was that the manual does not state how to put the mouse into pairing mode after connecting it for the first time. It simply says turn the power switch at the bottom of the mouse to Bluetooth. The blue light of Bluetooth indicator blinks Bluetooth matching code. Searching the Bluetooth name AULA SC320 for the computer connecting code, connect and pair come into use. Instead, you actually have to hold the DPI button. I was concerned for a moment that they made the mouse lock itself to one device only and that if you remove it, you're out of luck. Now with that being said, how does it feel to use the mouse? Well, not good. The shape of the mouse doesn't impact my grip too much, but the strong raise, followed by a long downward slopes, hits me in the wrist. This problem is exacerbated by the horrible placement of the other buttons that force me to change my grip in an awkward claw-like way to press them. Also because the buttons are the way they are, they can actually impact you. When I try to click fast in a game as an example, I would do this, but as you can hear, you can actually lock it up while doing it. And I can't really say much more than that. For all intents and purposes, this is indeed a mouse, but it fails to deliver on its main selling point. So in conclusion, if you want a cool looking mouse and don't need it for a special use case, then go for it. I will put some links to it in the description. If you want a mouse that performs well and feels great to use, then you should look somewhere else. If you want a personal recommendation, however, then check out the Logitech G305.